Yo, what's up, family? Before we start the video, please leave a like, subscribe, and share to any and everyone that you can, just so we can get out there a little bit more. With that being said, let's get right into the video. The Orlando Magic just beat the Phoenix Suns 113-98 and held a Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal-led offense to just 13 points in the fourth quarter. Although I am a Celtics fan, I love what the Magic are building, and it's impressive to see a young team hang their hat on the defensive end. So with that being said, let's get into the film. Alright, so just to start off, I want to give some love to the Magic as a whole defensively. They're fifth in points allowed. They forced the second most turnovers in the league, and teams average the least amount of assists against them, which held true in this game. The Suns only had 19 assists in 48 minutes. Like I said in the beginning, I think it's really impressive that a team this young is this good on defense, even though this season it's been more of a thing than past seasons. The Rockets, even though they have like Fred VanVleet and guys like Jeff Green, and Brooks isn't like a young guy, they're still a relatively young team. They're good on defense. You have the Timberwolves, who again have Rudy Gobert anchoring the defense. They have Mike Conley, but around the edges they're mostly young. And then you have a team like OKC, who's really young, and they're a good defense, right? And I think a lot to do with that is the coaches, right? Ime Udoka is a defensive coach. He came in there and changed their identity. Jamal Mosey, who was a guy I thought the Mavericks should have really considered for head coach before he left. I love this opportunity for him, and he's been able to imprint his identity on this franchise. And then Mark Dayton, who's just a great all-around coach. The Thunder are first in the West. But enough of that. Let's get to the Magic. So I think the Suns still scored in this possession, but I think it was really important that at the beginning of this quarter, Anthony Black picks up full court and he's hounding Bradley Beal, right? And the reason I'm emphasizing the fourth quarter is this: the Suns shot 65% through three quarters. So even though the Suns have 85 points going into the fourth, which isn't a daunting amount of points if you're the Magic, but when the Suns shot the ball, most likely it was going in, right? And that's not to say the Magic didn't play good defense or had clip-worthy defensive possessions in this game through three quarters. But the fourth quarter, the Suns shot 27%. They only had 2 free throws, which is really important for the Magic because they commit the most fouls in the league. The Suns had 7 turnovers, and Devin Booker had 42 points through 3 quarters. In the fourth quarter, he had 2 points, he was 0 for 4, and he had 1 turnover. And I think this possession really set the tone. Again, a big part of that was Anthony Black. Another big part of that was Jonathan Isaac, who was really aggressive with KD off the ball, and I'll be able to show you guys that in the later clips. And what did I say about Anthony Black? The Suns scored on that possession, but just setting that tone, and now you see John Isaac picking up full court on Kevin Durant. A lot of this video is just going to be me gushing over John Isaac as a defender. I really loved him coming out of Florida State, and John Isaac, when healthy, is truly one of the best defenders in basketball. He has a rare combination of size, strength, athleticism, and mobility, and agility and quickness, and he can truly guard 1 through 5. Now, if he goes against a guy like Embiid, then okay, he's going to overpower him. But 99% of games, John Isaac is a guy that can guard 1 through 5, and he's able to block shots. He can steal, and he's just a sticky defender. He's kind of like a cornerback, right? Where he's just really on the hip of guys. He rarely gets crossed over, and John Isaac was a big part of the Magic's fourth quarter defense. And even though I give a lot of credit to Jamal Mosey and the imprint he's put on his team, you could kind of see this brewing with the Magic, right? They drafted guys like John Isaac. They drafted Anthony Black in this last draft. And you see what they're going for. They're going for positional size, and they're going for good defenders. Look at Anthony Black. This is your future point guard, right? And this will be more prevalent as we go along. And you see the Magic's closing lineup and the size they have on the floor. Like Cole Anthony's smaller, but he's not a great defender, but he really tries and he fits. But here in semi-transition, you see Anthony Black's slot is running with Bradley Beal with his hands up. Again, really important because the Magic commit the most fouls in the league. He's playing with his hands up, he blocks the shot, and then a second effort with Cole Anthony around him, and they get the ball. All right, so in this clip, look at this. Really important. Do not give KD space. This is one of the greatest scorers of all time, and John Isaac is picking him up. As soon as he crosses half court, John Isaac's on him, and this forces KD to give the ball up, and you kind of see his demeanor as he throws the ball, his head kind of slants like, oh my God, John Isaac. And then look, here you go. You have Anthony Black, and just look at off the ball. And even Joe Ingles is a guy that fits that defensive identity, right? So the Magic have done a great job getting size, even though Joe Ingles older, right? The identity, the smarts, you know what I'm saying? And look at Anthony Black. Joe Ingles helps. Drew Eubanks isn't a guy that's going to hurt you outside the paint. He sees that, he helps, gets in position, and Anthony Black with a great contest and to get the rebound. Once again, look at Anthony Black above half court. He's not even letting him get the half court without pressure, right? On Bradley Beal, and I want you to look at 2 things, right? There's 16 seconds left on the shot clock. here, right? He's still at half court. Drew Eubanks is trying to set a pin down for KD on John Isaac. Look how John Isaac plays this, right? He's on KD's hip, goes right over it. Nope, on KD hip. He's not going anywhere. And look, the shot clock is at 10. Bradley Beal's in the same place. He just spent 6 seconds in this same exact area of the court, right? And they still haven't done anything. And look how aggressive John Isaac is playing without fouling. Now, they were really aggressive. Some of these could have been fouls, but they didn't call it, right? And John Isaac played KD with his chest. Like, he didn't push him. He's using his chest, right? They did all that just to get a switch on John Isaac. And you know this isn't sweet at all. John Isaac plays incredible defense, styles his feet, and gets a good contest. All right, so in this play, D-Book does go right by Franz. I don't want him as a primary on D-Book. I guess in this lineup, you want John Isaac on KD. Who is in the corner? That's Grayson Allen. So yeah, I guess in this particular lineup, you would have Franz on him. But D-Book makes a nice move. But look at this play by John Isaac. As he's backpedaling, he blocks Devin Booker and then meets Udoka Azubuike at the apex and blocks his shot. This is real pogo stick activity, and this is what I'm saying about John Isaac. When this guy's healthy, he is easily one of the best defenders in the league. He has special defensive chops. All right, so again, something I said that was really important is how they played KD off ball. Look at the space between KD and John Isaac as he's trying to come off the screen. There is none, right? And Azubuike does a great job at getting some space, but John Isaac is on a constant chase. You see the help by Mo Wagner, right? Coming over, Udoka Azubuike, again, is not a guy that's going to hurt you outside the paint. KD passes to him. The brothers converge on Azubuike. He brings it out, and again, look at Mo Wagner. And a part of this is not having to stretch big, right? This is what the Magic are able to do because they're basically playing 4 on 5 outside of the paint, right? But the brothers do a great job on the D-Book drive. Franz picks his pocket, and they got D-Book looking crazy with his headband off, and he just throws the ball out of bounds. All right, so in this possession, I want you to look at the closing lineup for the Orlando Magic. And like I said before, Jamal Mosley has done a great job, right? But look at what the Magic has done in the draft. It's all about positional shots, right? You draft Paulo at 16. You draft Franz Wagner at 16. You draft John Isaac at 6'10", 6'11". You get Markelle Fultz. You get Mo Wagner. You draft Jalen Suggs, who's a 6'4" point guard, right? This is what they're made to do. They're trying to get KD off screens, right? They could have had him there, to be honest with you. D-Book sets a nice screen on John Isaac, but they don't pass it. And the Suns, everywhere you look, are just stoned. Look now. Franz has D-Book going to half court. Drew Eubanks has no space. This isn't a pass that Bradley Beal can realistically make as of right now, right? Nobody's open. And it forces Bradley Beal to just throw the ball away again. I cannot stress how important this is at the NBA level, right? The Magic were literally just wearing down the Suns in this quarter. And again, it's just John Isaac not letting KD get comfortable at all. Look how he snakes this screen. Screen navigation. He's on him. He's on him. Look, he backs off. No space. He gets right back on him. Look, he's jumping to get back on KD. Like, they play so well defensively in this quarter. Now, they in a foul. They get a switch on Markelle, which is a favorable matchup for KD. But you see John Isaac going over, trying to deter KD's drive just a little bit. It forces KD right there. It forces KD to hesitate a little bit, but the aggressiveness didn't pay off in this possession. And for the last clip, I want to show some love to Wendell Carter Jr., who's been playing good of late. He comes in for Mo Wagner here. He's guarding Eric Gordon. And look how well he does on the switch, right? He's there. He's on his hip. Uses his hands well without fouling, right? Keeps D-Book on him and gets a great contest and forces them to miss. But that is the video. If you enjoyed it, again, please leave a like, subscribe, and share it in everyone that you can. Just bring it out there a little bit more. And I will see you guys in the next video. This is Nick. Peace.